I'm Jennifer Guerrini Maraldi, and I'm the director of JGM Gallery in London. JGM Gallery is holding an exhibition of 21 important paintings by 7 Gija men from Warmun, which is in Turkey Creek in the very northeast Kimberley of Western Australia. Warmun art is absolutely unique. The artists are painting using traditional ochres and natural earth pigments, and they find these pigments in the soft rocks surrounding them in the Kimberley landscape. Ochre pigments are white and yellow clays, red oxides and charcoal blacks that are found naturally in the solid state as soft chalky rocks. The Aboriginal people have used these pigments for thousands of years. Making this natural ochre paint from Kimberley rocks is actually a complex process. Crushing, burning to intensify colour, grinding the rocks and mixing colours to get the right consistency. Today, museum quality acrylic binders are used for mixing ochres to ensure greater stability. They used to use a traditional gum from trees over thousands of years. This artwork of the East Kimberley region is most commonly known as maps of country. The 21 works by Warmun artists for our autumn exhibition give us an idea of the richness of this remote desert. The paintings here are by Rammey Ramsey, a wonderful senior artist from Warmun. I met Rammey more than 10 years ago in Kununurra, where he was working with Girrawin Arts, a group of artists that all worked together in this house overlooking an enormous red rock. I'll never forget that. These paintings are all about Warmun, which is Rammey's country, and it looks like a very abstract painting, but to him he's deeply embedded in his own country and his sacred sites at Warmun. This work is by Rusty Peters, a senior artist of Warmun, a wonderful, interesting character. Now this is an aerial map, like many of the paintings by these artists from Warmun, and the different spots you see, the black, the white and the brown colour, represent actually the way black, white and brown all live together happily. He's lived an amazing, interesting life. Patrick Mung, he's 72 years old now, and he's a master at mixing his colours. So here I have some of the soft rocks. I'm holding this up near the yellow to show you that it's a fairly pure example. He down here would have mixed a little bit of probably the red ochre oxide with it. And it's the colours of the land that they love so much. Another work by Patrick Mung. And Patrick again is painting the landscape of Lumaguru, which is near the Bungles in the North Kimberley. The painting is called Wuniba, and Wuniba translates as hot water flowing from rock. So there's a spring here, which is why all of the trees are growing, and there's more foliage than there would be in other works. This is a work by the artist Churchill Cann. This painting shows an enormous rock, like a monolith, called Red Butt. And Red Butt is famous for Churchill and his family because his grandmother hid in a cave behind this enormous red butt for many, many years because it was taken over by the pastoralists. She wanted to live a traditional life, so she actually escaped and hid in Red Butt for years and years until she died. Another painting by Churchill Cann, and this work really shows, this is an aerial map of Texas Downs Station again, where he worked. But what's interesting is his particular style of using the ochre paint, which is a rough, lovely texture here, and the beautiful sort of painterly areas. he really achieves in a way that no other artist does with ochre paint. Lindsay Malay, he is 50 years old and he has a very interesting story. Lindsay did not live in his traditional homeland for a long time. He went back and he said, I feel such a strong spiritual connection. I need to have this land. I need to live here. I need to own it. So he and his sisters in 1995 began a process which was to try and buy the land back from the government. He achieved this. It took 15 years. In 2010, he and his sisters had 2,000 acres of this beautiful country. So this is a smaller painting by Lindsay Malay. Lindsay is painting something quite special here. It's a story. When he was 5 years old, his mother left him on the track that the mailman always took, and the mailman found Sally and took him to the local or the nearest big cattle station, Bedford Downs Station, and the owner adopted Sally, and that's where he lived and worked and was looked after for his whole life. This is a work by the artist Tommy Carroll. Tommy's 65 now, and he has his own distinct style, which you can see from this work. This is all about his country, Doon Doon. So it's the hills and the rivers and the waterholes and everything that happens around Doon Doon. I like Tommy's style very much. It's really executed beautifully. Every dot is so perfect. You can see that he takes a long time to make his work. His texture is very beautiful. His black is so strong. And so he's a kind of perfectionist in the execution of the work.